How's it going? Get this started. Let's make sure everything's working. This is public. You know, it's on YouTube. It can be sometimes unlisted or private. So far, it's good. All right. This one going. Hey, how's it going? Back with another drink review in my continuation of the PD's Bing drinks. Got another one. Again, this is a live stream, so I'm going to be on topic for the specific thing while I'm doing it. If there's any other chats or anything that are unrelated to the drink, I'm not going to respond to them until I'm done. But it's kind of like a presentation anyways. I will respond to anything related to the drink that I notice. So this is PD's Bing Citrus, and it says grapefruit, lime, and cherry flavored. So this is an energy drink. It's a little bit different than the usual type. But yeah. So it says since 2006, apparently. All right, we've got made with caffeine, L-theanine, and ginseng. This is 25 calories per can. Can size is 12 fluid ounces, 355 milliliters. Gluten and dairy free. And they call it an energizing juice beverage. It's 5% juice. Nutrition facts, we've got 25 calories, 0 total fat, 15 milligrams of sodium, 6 total carbohydrates, 3 grams of sugar, and it says 2 grams of added sugars, 0 grams of protein. And we've got 100 milligrams of potassium, vitamin C, B2, B3, B6, B12, and pantothenic acid. All of those are, besides the potassium, they're at 100% of your daily value. It does list the amounts if anyone's interested in that. I can mention those. Anyways, ingredients: carbonated water, blended juices from concentrate, which is lime, grapefruit, and cherry. So it does have actual juice. It's at 5% of the can. And we've got natural flavors, cane sugar, citric acid, taurine, potassium sorbate to preserve freshness, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, caffeine, panax, panax, ginseng extract, L-theanine, sodium citrate, potassium citrate, sucralose, which is a sugar alternative. I always mention this. So if you're okay with those things like sucralose, and there's other ones like aspartame and such, but at least you know what's in here. It's kind of midway in the ingredients list, so that means like the amounts. It's probably less sucralose than something that's only sweetened with that, but at least know it's in there, and it's in your best interest to learn about these type of things, you know, what you're intaking, what you're drinking and consuming. So sucralose is one to look into if you don't know what it is and what it's about. And then it also lists the B vitamins, vegetable and fruit juices for color, which, I mean, they list it, but it's maybe there's other ones that are in trace amounts. Who knows? But it does have 5% juice. And then let's see if there's anything else that is not vitamin. Acai puree, ACAI. Yeah. Okay. On the side here, okay, it's 125 milligrams of caffeine, L-theanine 100 milligrams, ginseng 100 milligrams, taurine 300 milligrams, and then we've got the 5 B vitamins. So it's got quite a bit in here and very energy drink focused with its ingredients. This one's quite a bit different than the blackberry one I tried yesterday. So I don't remember the blackberry one having the L-Theanine, theanine, and the taurine. So that's 100 milligrams for the theanine one and 300 for the taurine. We'll do a quick view of the can up close so you can all look at it for yourself. I'll zoom in as well. There's a lot of text. And there's the things there. A lot going on. Whoops. Try to hold this as steady as possible. Of course, if you have any questions or anything you want me to look at, let me know. So there you can see the actual percentages, or I mean amounts for each one. Looks like they're in Denver, Colorado. I can show these again. They also have some marketing info. You know, this is just what they claim. I don't need to voice that stuff in my video. All right. I think we're good there. So that's what it is. It's Petey's Bing Citrus. And it has a 5% juice. Let's pop this open. I'm going to get a napkin real quick. It's usually necessary without flinging BD's ping everywhere. Bing or Bing. Yeah, Bing. Whatever it's called. All right. There it is. Definitely got a grapefruit-like look to it. And then, let me see. What was it again? Lime, grapefruit, and cherry juice. That's a combo. So that's what it looks like. Decent amount of carbonation. I assume it's the same as the one I had yesterday. So it's got a fair amount of carbonation. I think it should work okay in a glass with ice and such, based on how much flavor there is and the carbonation amount. Looks pretty good. All right, let's do a smell test. The grapefruit really comes through. Smells nice. Okay, let's try it out. It's pretty sour. There is still some sweetness to it. I actually think I prefer this one to the blackberry one on flavor. Yeah, it's like carbonated grapefruit juice. They do have the lime and the cherry as well in there. I think I can kind of tell there's cherry flavor. Yeah, it's more on the back end, so you get the cherry towards the end. Yeah, this one's pretty nice if you're okay with the grapefruit flavor. The lime, trying to think if I would taste lime in there. Hmm. Yeah, probably. You know, it's tough to tell. I mean, if I had a lime something next to me, I could compare flavors and things, but you know, and try from the can, see what the carbonation is like. So to me, this one again is similar to the blackberry one. They tend to be a little bit more on the acidic, sour side of things for drinks, which is fine. You know, if you're into that, you like Sour Patch Kids, you like stuff like that. I think this goes in that direction, especially the blackberry one for some reason. This one does as well, but it's more citrus, obviously, in the sense of grapefruit juice type of flavor. And I think it works better in this case, at least for my personal preferences. But I'm going to try from the can here. Yeah, it is still pretty sour and acidic as a drink. It does have the citric acid in here, and of course the vitamin C, ascorbic acid. But they don't have. I think there was another one in the other drink that they don't have in this one. And then this one adds the L-theanine. I'm not even sure what that is and what it does, but it's usually in energy drinks as well as the taurine. So if you want more of a boost, this is probably the one to pick. Yeah, and of course I mentioned before it has sucralose in it. It's probably 2 grams is my guess, because they say 2 grams of added sugars, but there's 3 total grams of sugar. And it does say cane sugar. Well, maybe it's 1 gram. It's hard to tell. I'm not sure how they'd list with. There's like there's probably like legal requirements of how they list things in nutrition facts. I'm not sure how that works, but there is cane sugar, and it's higher on the list than the sucralose, and it might not even be included in that total sugars thing. But 3 grams total of sugars, so that could be just the cane sugar. But then it says includes 2 grams added sugars. Who knows? It might that might be the mix of juice. So it's the 5% juice and then the cane sugar. That's probably what it is. So they probably don't list the how much sucralose is actually in here. But besides that, I think it's pretty nice for what it is. It's on the acidic, citrusy side of things as a drink, which can be off-putting in a way sometimes. But if you're used to Sour Patch Kids and things like that, it's obviously not that extreme. But at least as a drink, it's more on that direction of things, in my opinion. And I think it's pretty decent for what it is. I wish they wouldn't put sucralose in it, but other than that, I like it. Yeah. So that was the Bing Citrus. Got that grapefruit, lime, and cherry. Anyone's got any questions or not? But I'm probably gonna end stream here. I know it's a pretty short one. I can pour it into the cup again. Clean the cup out a little bit before I do that. There we go. Again, this is 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliters for the can. That's what it looks like. Pretty nice. Yeah. In my opinion, it's kind of, the specific one is, to me, with a little addition here and there, grapefruit juice, carbonated grapefruit juice. So if you like that, this one might be good for you. All right, I'm going to head out. Again, that was the Bing, PD's Bing Citrus. See ya. There we go. I'm also going to sign out of the YouTube one. See ya.